As well as having engines, jet aircraft also have a small engine in the rear section of the aircraft known as an auxiliary power unit, or APU. The APU usually supplies electrical power on the ground and is also a source of air for various aircraft systems and to start the engines. Aircraft engines also provide electrical power and a source of air known as bleed air, as it's bled from the compression section of the engines. The bleed air taken from the engines is used for a number of different aircraft systems. The primary one is the air conditioning system. This is the air supply that pressurizes the aircraft in flight. It also enables passengers and crews to breathe and survive on board at high altitude. It's important to note that in the 1970s and 80s, to save fuel and save money, aircraft manufacturers started to recirculate the air you breathe on board. Subsequently, they installed HEPA filters to filter the recirculated air to remove bacteria and viruses. Today, 50% of the cabin air is recirculated, but HEPA filters are not designed to remove heated engine or hydraulic fluid fumes. Other systems using bleed air include the engine anti-ice system to protect the engine from ice buildup. Bleed air is also used for the wing anti-ice system, and also used to pressurize the water tank system, which provides water at selected outlets in the aircraft cabin. Many aircraft systems use hydraulics, and bleed air is also used to pressurize the hydraulic tanks for system functionality. Finally, but less well known, is the fact bleed air from the engines is used for the fuel tank inerting system, FTIS, a system introduced after the 1996 TWA 800 tragedy to prevent a fuel tank exploding, is filtered. Common sense would suggest it would be the air conditioning system, as this is the air people breathe. But remarkably, this is not the case. The breathing air supply is not filtered. Only the air supply to the fuel tank inerting system is filtered. The fuel tank inerting system works by providing nitrogen-enriched air to fill the empty space in fuel tanks. The Air Separation Module, or ASM, is a critical and costly component in this process. To save money and increase the expected service life of the ASM, the air supply is filtered, and part of the filtration process is to remove volatile organic compounds, or VOCs for short, from the engine bleed air. The aerospace industry is happy to let passengers and crews breathe a complex mixture of VOCs generated by the oil contamination of the bleed air system, but to save money and to protect the ASM, filters the air supply to the fuel tank inerting system. Fly informed.